止めたければ実力で止めろ。構えろ。これが最後だ。フェイトグランドオーダー、コスモス・イン・ザ・ロストベルト、黄金樹海機構、ナウイ・ミクトラン。物語なき世界、神が生まれる。
Hello everyone, welcome back for some more Let's Play Fate Grand Order as we move on to Fragment number 2, which, let's see who's this the perspective of. When they do these, it's always mad interesting. And then we'll move on to section 12 after that. Said no battles. Long time no see, President Girl. Have you come for your revenge? I gotta... Oh, did you actually go to Mexico? Oh, I gotta say, I'm amazed you survived that. Guess you're right to call yourself a god. Wait, was this directly after? So all three of you are still alive. What an odd quirk of fate that we're all here together at the moment the world ends, even if it is more of a preview. Is this really what you want, Daybit? Krishtaria rebelled against the foreign god's machinations. He tried to use his tree of emptiness to evolve all of humankind. But you're trying to eradicate us completely. That's no different from the foreign god's efforts to erase human history. I'm sorry, it's sometimes weird to see myself. I don't know who I am. Because after that servant killed me, I temporarily reset myself to reduce the strain that comes with a reboot. When I woke up in that cave, all I could remember was my name, my purpose, and information I probably acquired from video records on an external storage unit. I am an alien named Olga Marie. My purpose is to take charge of the foolish humankind and save this planet. Those two things are all I remembered. I have to say, even dead, I did a stellar job. There was no way anyone could misinterpret something so simple. But maybe this is all due to my reset, when I lost the ornaments that made me who I am. The what? Huh? It exposed some parts of me which had, until then, been hidden. I began to feel my feelings much more freely. Put differently, my judgment was impaired. I began ignoring my assigned order and instead prioritized my own decisions. And so I chose certain courses of action simply because I thought they were good. I liked doing that. I don't understand why. When I was traveling with Tanner and Mash to Chichen Itza, the best word to describe how I felt is fulfilled. I was also interested in the organization they said they belonged to. When I told them I'd help them, my brain was absolutely filled with dopamine. And so I just chose to ignore the differences between the Earthlings and myself. I had this sense that everything would kind of work out somehow. Even though I have no idea who I really am. I'm here. I'm finally here. I'm seeing the best Sunni in all of Chichen Itza with the most beautiful woman I've ever laid eyes on. I was completely at a loss for words. After I'd spent the whole day with Wakchan the warriors, he showed me around the city. The last place we visited was neither a glamorous meeting hall nor a noisy stadium. It was a tranquil but unremarkable landscape, offering nothing more than a peaceful view of the whole city. It's pretty, right? Sunlights, the great for sure, but I also really like these nighttime lights. They say the bonfires are just to keep the darkness away, but that sunless nights are supposed to be for resting. But I like seeing the Danos shadows cast by the flames. I like the pictures they paint on the walls. I guess it feels like really living somehow, not just surviving like in the jungle. It's almost like we're leaving behind proof that we exist in places where there usually wouldn't be any. I know they're just shadows, but whenever I see one that looks just like my old man, it always reminds me of him. I didn't say anything in response. I couldn't. Because that's when it really hit me. This truly is a tranquil world. Dano society is downright utopian compared to human society. There's no comparison whatsoever. The fact that their strongest warrior's favorite place wasn't an arena for him to demonstrate his combat prowess, but a quiet place overlooking the entire city was undeniable proof. Olga, what's wrong? Are you hurt? Did you bang yourself on something? But I don't see any wound. It's exactly the kind of world I wanted to create before I wound up like this. Even so, I can feel myself rejecting it. Such a wonderful world, but I know I have no place in it. I am the sort of being who burns places like this to the ground. This is wrong. Too different. What's different? The way you look, the way you're shaped? I mean, yeah, you're obviously different from us and from Tanner's group, but that doesn't bother me. All that bothers me is what's on the inside. Your heart. And your heart is beautiful. Your heart is exactly the color of the stars I saw at the observatory when I was a kid. It's spiky and cool, and it's got all 7 colors of the rainbow. It's not shaped like anyone else's. My judgment was impaired. I was prioritizing my emotions. That's why. I've had it. Go away, get out of my sight! Olga, what is it? Why are you so mad? I've always hated lizards. From the first moment I saw you, I've been sick to my stomach. And you have the gall to put yourselves on the same level as humanity. A species as ugly and stupid as yours could never be anything like humanity. I was so harsh with him. And so that Danos, who once seemed so free-spirited, so innocent, so larger than life, slunk away, forlorn, seeming like he'd shrunk to half his size. That's why he's feeling down. Dang. You really didn't leave him anything, huh? No wonder she stayed in her room all day. She just tore that man down. I feel a wave of self-loathing so intense it makes me dizzy. My body's functions begin to fluctuate because of how sorry I feel for what I did to Wakchan. I was lashing out, plain and simple. I must be aggressive, short-tempered, and more cowardly than I realized. I didn't have the courage to stop Wakchan from leaving or to apologize. Not then. And even now, I don't have the courage to join everyone else, so I'm spending another night wandering aimlessly, alone. Still, I have no idea what to do. My memory reset was only temporary. I can still remember what I forgot if I see it again, which is why Tezcatlipoca. Seeing him made me remember something. I remember him killing me once. And I remember that when he did, he called me the foreign god. I'm the foreign god. Baldia's sworn enemy. I may be proud of being an enemy of humanity, but I don't even want to think about being an enemy of Caldia. I don't think I can go back to Tepeu's house right now. Not until I get my emotions sorted out. Wow, I didn't even realize the sun had already left. Those proper human history stories are so interesting. There's so much more I want to learn about the Lostbelts. That Greece place sounds awesome. I'd love to visit it myself. I said machines like a Stormboard are all over their world. Could you imagine? The main street was filled with Danos talking about Caldia. I guess Tanner is telling them stories about the Lostbelts at the Shakta shrine. Why would they bother telling the Danos all that? They'll just let the Danos find out who did all this. Maybe Tanner and Mash don't know I'm the foreign god. No, of course they don't. If they did, they never would have come along with me. Tanner doesn't know. Mash doesn't know. Nobody at Caldia knows. They can't know. They can't. I'm not Danos. I'm not human. I don't belong anywhere. But you know as much as I like to hear more stories. Yeah, I know what you mean. Proper human history stories are fun, but they're also really sad. Fun, but sad. Of course they are. We couldn't ever really be part of that group, no matter how much we might want to. Forget it. I'm just gonna stop thinking. I'm gonna forget I'm the foreign god and go back to who I was before I went to Mexico City. Just when I was about to completely give in to desperation. Hey, there you are! Hey! I saw Tanner waving and coming my way. Dang. So there was something interesting. They basically showed off at last, I think it was Comiket or something, the Type Moon booth had a thing listing all the protagonists of Type Moon, right? You got, like Arcuid, Saber, Ryogi Shiki, Aoko, and then for FGO, it was MASH. But interestingly, not just MASH for FGO, that was MASH for Part 1, Olga Marie was listed as the Part 2 protagonist. And I think that's very interesting to consider. To think of us as the villains and her as a protagonist that we don't see the story of, right? I think that is super neat. That's a title. Kingdom of Corpses, huh? Okay. I guess we're going in. Kingdom of Corpses. I have an idea who we might meet at this one. If this is us going to the next underworld, at least, which I think it is. Sounds like it. Oh yeah, because we were going to Ort, right? Yeah. I just woke up! Good morning. You're the first one up today. Nice to see you. Seem to have gotten a good night's rest. Olga Marie told me to go to bed early yesterday. You know, Tanner, Father Kodomine actually left me a message to give you. It's about her. Not so long ago, I'm sure I would have only told you the message's contents and would not have imagined how you might feel about them, but... No, never mind that. Let me just give you the message. Chaldeans, I know this is short notice, but the young miss and I have decided to part ways with you. Though she has yet to regain her memories, and she still is not sure who she really is, she has said, and I quote, I'm sick and tired of dumb Danos, weak-ass earthlings, and stupid, sweltering Mictlān. We will therefore be leaving this Lostbelt tonight. I'm sorry I can't be present for your confrontation with Daybit, but as the young Mrs. Butler, I am obliged to obey her. I wish you luck in your future endeavors. Shepherd of lost sheep. Oh. I literally scoffed when I read that. Father Kodomine. The end. I mean, she's already gone? Yes. Oh, and one more thing. Father Kodomine asked me to give you this as well. Is it an RPG? Are the carvings on this bark what you call English? Anyway, he said you, Olga Marie, made this for you. I cannot help you save the Earth. I'm sorry. Aww. Dang. That's a really sad image. I don't know, am I feeling top ellipses or bottom ellipses? Well, I'm a bottom as always. Dang. That makes me feel sad. But also doesn't complicate our meeting as much. I see. So you, Olga Marie, and Rasputin are gone. I actually saw that you, Olga Marie, the foreign god's signal, had disappeared from our instruments. I was only able to follow it part way. Seems like she was headed toward the surface, well, the first stratum. Well, she didn't attack us, so that suggests she still hasn't regained her memories. She may not have liked me much, but it felt more like she saw me as a rival rather than an actual enemy. If anything, it seemed she was fond of us, especially Tanner and Mash. But she still left without saying goodbye. That must mean... Was she offended by how wishy-washy we were about including her? I know what that's like, hell. I don't know what it's like to not feel that way. Aw, Gordolph, I want to hug you. Every time I joined a club at university, I always felt like I was the one who didn't belong. Maybe I shouldn't have joined the ballet club, but it's hard. Feels like lying on a bed of nails, and above all, my fierce pride simply couldn't take it. I bet it was Rasputin's idea. I mean, I know I told them they should leave. Seeing Tanner match his responses made me wonder if I was wrong. No. Deep down, I think I was hoping that you, Olga Marie, the spitting image of Olga Marie, would officially join Caldi in the end. I mean, I miss her too. Yes, she was the foreign god, but she was hilarious to watch and had gaps in her knowledge and defenses so big, could drive a bus through them. If I'd managed to take advantage of one of those openings and analyze her, that would have made it really easy to find out exactly what the foreign god is. Why she looks like Caldi's former director and how she incarnated into a beast spirit origin. Alright everyone, chin up. No harm has been done, so there's no cause to be depressed. We may have lost her chance to verify it, but the fact that she's still suffering from memory loss is good news. This gives us an opportunity to complete one of our original objectives. Stop the foreign god from fusing with Ort. Yeah, that would be a bad thing. I agree. Heartless as it sounds, there's no sense in discussing this further. You, Olga Marie, is no longer helping us. She's our enemy once more, and that's how I'm gonna think of her. Got that, Mash and Tanner? But maybe she hasn't left for good. There's a chance there's a chance she could decide to come back. Yes, that's definitely possible. If you do run into her again, make sure you're prepared to defend yourselves. That said, if she comes to us asking to talk instead of attacking, I won't force you to strike first. If that time comes, I'll leave the decision up to you, got it? Go on, repeat back what I said. Blah, 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 blah. Thank you, Captain. That's not what I said. Also, why are you thanking me? Because it shows that you not only that you trust not only us, but her too. Yeah, maybe you're right. That Marine didn't have any unique skills separate from the rest of the series. He was a much better judge of character than I've ever been. Alright, it took us a lot longer than I expected, but it's finally time to start our staff briefing. First, I want to reconfirm our main objectives. The primary one, as we just mentioned, was to neutralize the foreign god and stop her from fusing with Ort. Our secondary objective was to excise the South American Lostbelt and capture the last cryptor Daybit. Obviously, things have changed since then. There has been no shortage of surprise in this Lostbelt, and now we need to rethink about how we handle those two objectives. For one, now that the foreign god is suffering from memory loss, she is not even thinking about fusing with Ort. Meanwhile, Daybit the Cryptor and his servant, Tezcatlipoca, are now trying to use Ort for their own ends. If what you saw in Mexico City was in fact a vision of the near future, then we must begin by considering how we can prevent it from coming to pass.
Right you are. Unfortunately, the Ordax contained no video footage from the collapse of Mictlān, the Earth that Tanner reported. Not because it didn't record for that span of time, you see, but because that footage, and only that footage, was lost. We therefore have no choice but to take our field operative's word for it. Still have to ask, are you sure? Are you sure the whole world was really falling apart? It wasn't an illusion, or forced perspective, or AI doctored footage, or something along those lines?
Nah, it was real, no question, dude.
I can't believe it. Oh, I'm not talking about your testimony. I'm talking about David's absolutely batshit insane plan.
Did someone say bats?
No, not now, Camazotz. Isn't he working for the Form God? Does the Form God want to rule the Earth? How can she possibly rule the planet if it no longer exists? Go ahead, Skye. Do you have any idea what he's thinking? The fact is, you did used to be on the crypto side, so you must know more than anyone else here.
I'm afraid I haven't the slightest clue. And I'm not... Okay, these explosions are getting worse. I'm shutting the door. It's gonna get hot in this room, but it's fine. And I'm not alone there. Daybit was always enigmatic, even to the other cryptors and the Foreign God's disciples. Before the Foreign God appeared here as you, Olga Marie, she was only focused on Lord Krishtaria. She had less than no interest in the other cryptors. Now that I think about it, though she did seem kind of like she was deliberately ignoring Daybit. Well, more that she chose to leave him out of her plans. She never so much as gave him an order, never even said she didn't care for what he did. That's not how you treat a subordinate. If anything. Yes, she was treating him like an equal, or possibly a superior. Whoa, that'd be wild. The Foreign God and I signed a mutual non-aggression pact which let me do whatever I wanted, but the Foreign God never had any authority over Lord Daybit. Maybe Lord Daybit was never even a cryptor to begin with. What the frick, huh? What? Never a cryptor to begin with? Does that mean he was never really on Krishtaria's side? I see. Now I understand what the file of Woedimes I saw in Olympus was talking about. Curiolite, Daybit was a member of Team A, that's not in question. That said, he was never in the same position as us. He didn't owe the Foreign God anything. That matter, the rest of us had never even heard the word cryptor until we were brought back to life. Me, Ophelia, Akuta, Beryl, none of us had heard it before. It looked like Daybit was already familiar with it. At the time I thought the name was like a blood oath sealing our vow to revolt against humanity, but I was wrong. It was actually the Foreign God who told Krishtaria that we were to be called cryptors. But calling you cryptors was not Woedime's idea after all. Then what are the requirements for being one? Do you just need to be a member of Team A? I'm not totally sure, but like I said, the rest of us only learned the name Cryptor when the Foreign God resurrected us. What's more, there was a price we had to pay if we were going to be resurrected. Resolve the incineration of humanity. While we were in our coffins, the Foreign God promised to resurrect us If we could prove we had the same power to resolve the incineration of humanity incident that Tanner and Mash did. But that was impossible. Me, Ophelia, and everyone else on Team A were all dead in our coffins. It was hopeless. We couldn't even have made it through the first singularity like that. So Wodheim did it for us. He resolved the incineration of humanity incident all by himself several times over so that we wouldn't have to. He never said anything about it, never threw it in our faces. He just made sure we all had the same opportunities he did. Yes, I can certainly see him doing that. I understand how you feel, Kadok. It's okay. I'm calmer now. I can just imagine the troubled expression on Wodheim's face if he saw me, making you sympathize with me like this. Anyway, my point is, I never found any mention of Daybit's resurrection. I'm just guessing here, but I think Daybit somehow managed to resurrect himself. Huh. He a servant with the guts or something? Apparently. The foreign god needed a certain amount of energy to resurrect us. In fact, it took the same amount needed to clear the incineration of humanity. Daybit managed it by generating that energy all on his own, but even the foreign god must have been at a loss. According to Wodheim's records, the foreign god gave us only minimal support in our coffins by letting us use Caldia's summoning system to summon servants. But apparently, Daybit didn't even make use of that. So even though it was all simulation, he resolved the incineration of humanity alone without a single servant. Okay, what are we doing? What the frick? Is he Ort? He made it all the way from the first singularity to the final one entirely on his own?
What the hell? What is he, some kind of super master or something? Was he being a jerk or just showing off? Did he just feel compelled to prove he's a better master than Tanner by resolving the incineration of humanity without a single servant's help?
It wasn't like that. Again, I'm quoting from Wodheim's records. Daybit Sem Void was omitted because his way of living and thinking never belonged with humanity in the first place. God, what does that mean then? I see. Then we would have no choice but to satisfy this condition on his own. Because he's not part of humankind. And since he's not on humanity's side, he couldn't summon a servant even if he wanted to. Oh, hi. What's happening?
You sound the alarm at the worst possible time, Sommelier. What is it anyway?
We got a problem. Something's rampaging outside. Even the Danos are all fleeing in terror. Maybe we should suspend the briefing for now and see what's up? Got it, Tanner, Mash? We'll take care of whatever it is right now. Right. Habitat, can you help us? Sure thing. It'll probably just be some carnivorous insect or a Selime anyway. I'll have this wrapped up in no time. It's gonna be Wakchan. It's gonna be a very angry Wakchan. Yep. Yep. Okay, first off. Sure. Let's see here. And I just kind of want to get you guys leveled up here. And, okay. Let's go. Oh, let's pop some real craft essences in, why not? Oops. And strings. And there you go. Okay. So, let's see what we're dealing with. I have an idea, but boy, it's loading a lot. They do be loading. Zombies. Huh. Okay. Just clear these guys out. What are we doing? Only 42% gain, huh? Okay. That one's gold. What the... Why are there zombinos here? What's going on? Oh, good. It's one of these types where the enemies keep arriving and we can actually continue hitting them. That's good. I didn't think it'd be like that. But that also means they can still attack us. Bro's moaning. We got a moaner. Okay, I don't think that's enough for you. This is enough for you at least. We'll do this. We'll do this. Okay, and let's go 1, 2, 3. Okay. Go through, kill the guy. Good. I mean, we'll only kill 2 here, but... Good stuff. Okay. And why don't you just, like, tap Habitrot? One more. One more. It should be enough. Oh, yeah, it's enough, guys. Okay. Heal you. Pop that on you. You know what? Let's pop that on you. Just that you can get, hopefully, more regen on that. Let's go 1, 2, 3. Okay. Remember how they're like, hey, you should be very careful about what you use the black barrel on? Yeah. Just something to consider. Anyways, let's use it again. Are we going to get back around to, like, A? We're almost there. We're at X. We're going to get to AA? Don't kill her. Well, we can't. She's invincible. Okay, let's see here. Let's go. 1, 2, 3. Let's see. Will we get to Z? And then will we get to A? Okay. Y? Let's see. Will we get to... Will we go AA, or will we just go back to A? Will we start getting numbers? Are we going to get, like, alternate letter? What are we doing? What are we doing? Let's see. We got Z, A, A, B, A, C, A, D. Okay, I see. No, sorry, AC. Bro is moaning violently, and bro is moaning hungrily. Okay, so... just finish this off. 1, 2, 3. All right, here we go. Let's finish this. Nearly there. Oh, so close. Okay. You honestly might just be able to kill like this. Yep. That debuff removal is such a small thing, but like it's actually so nice. It's so nice to just like be washed clean, you know? Alright, so you're 5. That's not what we wanted. We wanted the other stuff, but that's fine, it's fine. Okay, so this might be another one I only do half of, honestly. Again, just looking at the time. Right, if these are long ones, we'll see. Hey, so yeah, like what's up with those zombies? Oh. Camazotz, it's Camazotz. It's the bat. It's the bat. The shadow of death is here. He didn't even wait for it to get dark. Get it? I'm a goon. Run for your lives before he sucks your blood and turns you into a living corpse. More enemies approaching from the jungle. There's still more coming, Master. Those footsteps are shaking the ground. Must be mindless Danos. Be careful, everyone. No president in Kukulkan right now, so we'll need a servant who can break through his defenses. Or a Mystic Code if you got one that can do the trick. Oh, thank you for giving me advice. I actually have craft essences that can just solve pretty much everything. Yep. Check this out. Check this out. Ignore invincible, baby. Let's go. You know what? What the heck? Let's go with class. We're dealing with Zerker. Let's go. I mean, you're always the best. You're just always the best for this. You're so insane. You're so cracked. I think it's actually a better one for you. Yeah. And then we'll give you... Yep. And mind you, you have it on, but I think I'd rather just give you this, and you can take, in case you need it, in the back, this. Alright. Sure. Let's do this. Like, if they're like a mystic code, it's like, nah. Craft essence, baby. But they're not, like, really part of the story, you know? I don't know. Sorry. Sorry, what? Wait. Here. They turned a dinosaur into a dead apostle. What do you mean? I'm going to die. What do you mean? I'm lightheaded. Okay. You know what? It's not the best, but I just want to do a full combo. Just to deal with you. What? Like, what the I should have done the other way to power up the super more, but it should be fine. What? Like, what the frick, man? Are you serious? They turned a dinosaur into a dead apostle? God, you're actually way stronger than I expected. Never mind. There we go. Bloodthirsty moan. Blood sucking, yep. I'm dying. What do you mean? What the frick do you mean? This is insanity. Okay, let's just do more damage with those there that we did. Yeah. Okay. Bloodsucking didn't work because there's nothing on it. Okay. Do not have a full combo. We can do this for the more stuff. Good damage. This is gonna kill. Yep. Never mind, you have guts. The terror struck him, he's gonna die. Here we go. Are we going to address the fact that a dinosaur is a dead apostle? Can we do that, please? So I feel like that's something that we can't just see as an enemy name and then not bring up, right? Please tell me we talk about what just is occurring. Kind of low. Did that Danos turn to dust? Yeah. I thought the same. It looked like something other than poison or pain robbed it of its intelligence. Never thought we'd run into monsters like that in a Lostbelt. Of course, you'd be the one to tell us this. I'll be brief. You just fought a vampire. The Danos must have been attacked by a blood-sucking monster and became one itself. As for the animated corpses you fought prior to that, they must have been lesser familiars than ghouls. Such monsters are created by imbibing the blood of the undead, which cause them to instinctually seek out more blood, even after death. They are a type of enemy we have not seen previously. They are also a foreign enemy which would normally not be our problem. And so, now, as if Daybit Semvoid and Tezcatlipoca were bad enough, it seems we must also address another new threat to Caldia. It's not new at all, it's Camazotz! The Danos even said so! Camazotz, as in one of the major dark gods of Xibalba described in Popol Vuh text of Mayan mythology. Now that you mention it, I remember seeing details about someone by that name in Tanner's report as well. Are you sure that it's him? Are you certain you were not mistaken or that you misheard, perhaps? According to the Popol Vuh, Camazotz was a monster who cut off people's heads to drink their blood. It says nothing about him being able to control the dead. Oh, this is bad. This is very, very bad, Sion and Da Vinci. For a Danos, Camazotz is even more frightening than the Night. Whenever he shows up, all the Danos hide away in their homes. And that means they won't be able to repair the border, so it'll take us way longer to finish fixing it. Well, I suppose our original plan was to fix it ourselves, so we haven't lost anything in that sense, but... Never mind repairs, isn't Chichen Itza in trouble? Yes, it is. We're in Chichen Itza territory right now, but there's no telling when these monsters might head for the city. We have no choice but to defeat Camazotz. Besides, he's the one who's been using Master's command spells without his permission. I knew we would have to face him eventually, so if that time is now, I have no objections.
So, he's the one with the command spells?
Alright, I don't blame you for being upset, Mash. Also, I'm surprised you already knew Camazotz Tepeu. I thought you were meeting him for the first time back in the First Underworld along with the rest of us. Well, that was my first time actually meeting him in person. Camazotz is the only being in Mictlān who is superior to us Danos, which makes him a frightening figure. I just happen to not think of him that way myself. So when we met him, the only thought I had was, oh, that's Camazotz.
The Danos are simply scared of him then. I suppose that means it's up to us then. It's only right that we repay the Danos for all their help and hospitality. Tanner, Mash, go take care of Camazotz for them. I'll even send Coin Skya to help you.
Me? Why me?
Oh, no particular reason. I certainly have been wondering how long this vixen means to keep mooching off us. You wonder if she'll ever take a page from the Danos book. None of that has ever occurred to me. No, sir, not once. Anyway, good luck.
Good face. I've decided I'm coming along too. I already know which direction the ghouls came from. It's the jungle northwest of here. The same place you all went to look for food before. What did you just say? What's wrong with that? Is there a problem? What's going on, Bucky? Khan ruins. Kingdom of Corpses continued. Let's go. I was so intrigued I decided to join you. Camazotz is probably hiding out in the ancient Khan ruins. It's a dangerous place, so this time I want to do everything I can to ensure all of your safety this time. This time? Did something happen at these ruins before? No, not at Canaan. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said that. Anyway, let's hurry. Tepeu, he was talking about what happened with Marine. Are these Khan ruins dangerous? Khan was a city, well, a kingdom really, that predated Chichen Itza. It's believed that the Danos who rebuilt Chichen Itza actually used Ka'an as a reference. That's news to me. What happened then? Did the kingdom decline naturally, or did the later king decide to relocate the capital? We're not sure. To this day, no Danos knows what Canaan was in its heyday. We don't know what life was like for the Danos who lived there, or why Ka'an ultimately disappeared. This was a long, long time ago, you understand. The only knowledge the priests passed down was knowledge acquired after Chichen Itza was completed. That being said, some Danos do believe that Ka'an's downfall had something to do with the Fourth Annihilation. So Mictlān also experienced extinction events? No, didn't reach a level of extinction. The Danos survived, as you can see. I already told Father Kodomini this, but according to Kukulkan, Mictlan's son once went into a hibernation of sorts. Consequently, Mictlān experienced a night which lasted for a very, very long time. In turn, the Danos had no choice but to follow the sun's lead, close their eyes, and enter a deep slumber. In your terms, the sleep lasted about 100,000 years. That's a big, that's me when I pop a melatonin gummy. When the sun returned, less than 10% of the Danos who had gone to sleep were able to reawaken. 100,000 years? And only 10% of you came back? There's no way you could have repopulated your species with so few... Wait, now that I think about it, humans experienced a similar miracle. 70,000 years ago, back when modern humankind only existed in West Africa, there was a freak weather event that reduced the population down to only 2,000 people. They survived the crisis and eventually spread out to other continents, eventually growing their numbers to the 7 billion alive today. Although the way Tepeu put it, it sounds like the dinos were able to cryopreserve themselves. Maybe they have something similar to cryptobiosis, the ability that lets tardigrades survive even in outer space. That clinches it. The Danos are clearly a new type of prime species, one that was purposely designed with a talent for genetic manipulation that never existed in proper human history. It's not much further to the Khan ruins now. Please watch your step, everyone. There are many fences to trip on there. Oh, new background. Yeah, it's they're definitely ruins, but there's something about them. Right, something feels off about them. Koyanskaya? Koyanskaya, something wrong? Something wrong? Perish the thought. I was just taking a little trip down memory lane, that's all. More importantly, look up. Don't you recognize those flapping sounds, that creepy laugh? How cruel, how endlessly, deliciously cruel. You cluster together in your weakness. Cowering, trembling, you build walls. You prosper and eventually have yourselves a kingdom. But no matter how you rack your brains, you're all still hopelessly weak. All that hard work wasted. In the end, all that remains of you is your bones and the ruins of your shattered, forgotten dreams. What can one do but laugh, but look down upon you in contempt? Truly the tears of the weak are as sweet as the blue blood in their veins. How I've enjoyed waiting for you apes. It was worth the trouble of sending my messengers to get your attention. I've accustomed to boredom, but don't take that to mean I'm anything approaching patient. You responded so quickly. The Danos could learn a thing from you in that regard. But faster isn't always better. I only count 3 servants with you this time. The shield girl, the child scholar, and a gussied-up beast. Do you really mean to challenge me, the lord of the underworld, with this pathetic lot? Has Tezcatlipoca rattled you so much that you forgot the foolhardy display of valor you showed in the underworld, priest of Chaldea. Fine, let's have your excuse then. Why have you so underestimated me? Are you and Tezcatlipoca in cahoots? What? That's certainly not what I was expecting. No matter. I do like an interesting question. Tezcatlipoca has paid me much in tribute, but no, we are not in cahoots. He forbade me from attacking the Aselame. I accepted in exchange for knowledge. After that, he proposed a new deal right around the time you apes showed up. He said that he wanted to change the nature of the layers of the underworld. I accepted in exchange for command spells. That's all there is to it. Doesn't change the fact that one day he and I will fight to the death over who rules Mictlān. But before that day comes... I don't even know what I'm looking at with his arms and stuff. It's time to slake my thirst. But don't worry, all I need from you is your head. I do so love blood, but I hate having the same blood twice. Unfortunately, you all look alike. I can't be expected to tell an ocelotl from a servant, so it's my personal policy to kill any creature whose blood I've tasted before. Would you like to know why? So I won't ever have to look at them again and won't have to resort to tasting their blood twice. So welcome, listen well, undead warriors, Khan. The time has come to add to your ranks. Are we actually battling him, or is he just summoning dude bros? I think he's just summoning dude bros. Okay. Let's try. This is interesting. Koyanskaya being labeled NPC only makes me feel like she's gonna come in with some special sauce, you know? Plus, we can absolutely double Koyan that, right? We can go... I mean, it's you know, not the best for our, So I feel like this might be either a real encounter or close to a real encounter. I was gonna give her a thing, but that only does extra damage against, that does extra damage against humans, which we're not fighting. So, as for who we're going to use... Who would be best? I mean, yeah, right? Yeah, right? Sure. 60%, sure. And then... This is team blow up in 3 turns. Let's see if this works. Where's that card I want? Right there. Yep, let's see. Will this work? So I feel like we're just going to fight a horde of skeletons first, from what we sounded like. Sorry, did that say Battle Infinite? Battle Infinite, huh? Great. You love to see it. Okay, so we want to do 50%. Pop. 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 Just says 3, so when he's going to appear, I don't know. So we'll have to see. Okay, so you are an NPC. You're not. Fine. Fine. Oh, that sounded so incel, what I just said. Oh my god. That sounded so bad. Because, like I said it in its real term, but, like, dang. That sounded really, really lame, huh? Wow, that got a lot back. Wow, okay. This strategy might not work out. I should probably go for a arts loop more than anything. Okay, are you oh. Okay, well, oh wait. You still got that. Okay. All right. Do this. I mean, we'll be able to do it with 3 turns probably still. We'll go like this. The battle infinite is slightly worrying though. Is this going to be we have to win a certain number of battles or something? Let's see. Okay, we move on. So, like, what the frick? Like, what are we doing then? Like, I'm kind of just like, okay. Are we just gonna do... I mean, they're pretty weak. I don't think this strategy is even super great. This has to be after a certain number of turns or something. Right? Okay, let's go. You'll actually be able to do extra damage to them too, which is might be good. Okay, so we'll go. Let's go. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Wonder if we're gonna see this more. The infinite battle feature. It's a terrifying thing to see, but okay, get back a bunch of meters. As long as you get back more than 30%, which yeah, you did. Okay, you're not gonna get a ton back then. Yeah, you're gonna lose. There you go. It's 20. We lose 20%. Okay. Boy, you guys are buffing yourselves a lot. A lot. You know what? Do a full Koyan combo. Yep. Ooh, 200%. That was crazy game. Oh, no killer. She currently does not have guts, so we don't want that. Now she does. Okay, let's just go 1, 2, 3. This should win. Yeah. There we go. Boy, Black Grill might have been a bad choice then. There's no way this is still gonna keep going. There's just no way. You know what? Let's pop this to make sure we get it there. And let's go 1. Let's go 2, 3. Alright, let's see this here. There we go. Oh, so close. Okay. Is it gonna be 5 turns or something? What are we doing? Do we have to do 3 rounds? Like, what's going on? Oh, guys. Getting real strong. Maybe too strong. Okay. Let's see. I can kill with you with 100 there. Just kill you. Yeah, kill, move on. Yeah, and then... So close. Okay. He still has guts, which is good. These guys are still buffing themselves, which is terrifying. Do I want to use this? Sure. Let's just make sure we win with this, because you're going to die real soon anyways. Right? Okay, here we go. What are we doing? More? Are we supposed to lose or something? Like, what's going on? Okay, this will do a bunch. Not enough to win, because it'll still have stuff, but a bunch. Turn 10, huh? We'll be at least able to clear this one. Is this a forced loss that we're just letting, you know, kind of working too much overtime with? Let's see here. Is there some gimmicks? Is there like a secret button I'm not pressing or something? It really is just like all I need is one good crit on some of these guys and they're dead. Or all of them. Oh, so close. Alright, let's see. You guys don't have anything going on. Let's just buff you. Okay, let's just go 1, 2, 3, just to do as much as we can and hopefully move on. Okay, you're dead. Oh, good, okay. We nearly lost. There's a set number of them, I see. Okay, I absolutely should have had a better team for that. That was totally wrong. But it's fine because we won. Truly spectacular fighting, servants. Reminds me of the good old Dark Ages. I never thought the billion souls and gallons of blood I consumed would one day be the driving force for all these skeletons. Skeletons' rights! Is he embedding warrior souls inside the skeletons? We can't even get up near Camazotz with all these skeletons around. Do you have a shot, Koyanskaya? I'm afraid not. The crowd of skeletons is doing a wonderful job making an obstruction of themselves. Unfortunately for us, is the perfect place for a necromancer. By my count, there are no fewer than 100,000 corpses buried here. Well, let's go. We can't fight him here. That's right. I don't need the underworld to summon the dead. And it looks like you apes can't see the blood threads that I'm using to bind souls to the skeletons. Damn it. Guy looks like an idiot, but he's really good at this. He's got us boxed in. We don't have a way out. I can force my way past them and into the jungle, but I won't get more than a few meters. I don't think retreat is an option right now, Master. We'll just have to push right through to Camazotz then. I'm afraid that's not a good idea. I forgot you're here. The moment Mash gets close to him, he'll retreat back to the sky. The skeletons will completely swarm her. We need a decoy. Someone big and tough who won't get hurt in all this. Obviously, it has to be me. Alright everyone, I'll see you later. I should be able to hold out as long as the sun is here. But I would very much appreciate if you came to rescue me as soon as you can. Tepeu? Tepeu's big moment! So that's the Danos barrier Tanner mentioned in his report. It looks as strong as electromagnetic armor. There, I fired a volley of my prized napalm rockets. We now have a clear path into the jungle. It won't last long though, so I suggest anyone who wants to live gets moving and quickly. Senpai. Hang in there, Tepeu. I promise we'll come back for you. Dang. We're leaving him to just hold shield in the forest. That's rough, buddy. I'm sorry, dude. We're gonna come back with like a real team, you know? Maybe? I don't know. Okay. Like I said, yeah, I'm gonna leave this here. Just because, timing-wise, I need as many videos as possible. to last me over the while. So we will continue on with Kingdom of Corpses, the second half. Next time, guys. I will see you then for that. Ciao.
Yo.